Best Bites Forever.
Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today is a special video because not only am I cooking for you, or technically for your dogs, but I am also picking up my little baby puppy. I'm so excited. I am getting a little German Shepherd puppy and his name is going to be Maximus. So I am taking you along on the trip, and not only are you going to get to meet Maximus, but you get to meet George, who is an expert dog trainer. He trains police dogs and military dogs and personal protection dogs, which is why little Max is coming from him. So you are going to get to see some expert training going on. He is going to be telling me what to do once I get Max home, and who knows, stick around, maybe I'll even try one of these little dog treats. I don't know, I'm a little bit apprehensive about tasting a dog treat, but I mean, they're good for the dog, right? They're all natural, they're people food essentially put into dog food form. And yeah, so anyway, without further ado, let's rock it out. So I just want to go through the ingredients with you really quickly. I'm using this chicken broth. You can also use chicken stock. It would definitely be better. And look for one that is either low sodium or no sodium, because dogs should not have salt. I'm also using Greek yogurt. It's really important to check, the ingredients on this and make sure there are no artificial sweeteners, especially xylitol. Here I have Zent beef gelatin. This stuff is super high in protein. It has 11 grams of protein per tablespoon. So using this is going to give your dog a nice high protein treat. So it's going to be good for it too. I'm also going to be using organic bananas in this. So that is it as far as ingredients. I have these super cute little doggy paw molds that I'm going to be using, and I also have little bones that I'll show you in a second. They are pretty flimsy, but they work really well when you're ready to pop the things out. They get out really easily, so it's kind of good that they're flimsy. But I'm putting one on top of my toaster oven pan and one on top of a cutting board so that I don't have to move them when they're full of liquid. So now to make this, I'm going to be putting 1 cup of my chicken stock inside of my pan here. I'm reserving 1 cup for later, so it's a total of 2 cups. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle my gelatin in there. I'm using 3 tablespoons, and I'm going to stir this up and go over here and put it on the stove and stir it and heat it until I get my gelatin all the way dissolved like so. Once my gelatin is dissolved, I'm going to let this cool for just a few minutes before I add in my yogurt, and I'm adding 4 tablespoons of that Greek yogurt. It's important to let it cool off just a little bit because we don't want to kill the probiotics that are in the yogurt, because obviously those are beneficial. So do let your liquid cool off just a little before you add that in. The next thing I'm doing is I'm adding in my other cup of my chicken stock, so it's a total of 2 cups for the recipe, and I'm just going to stir that in. I'm not super concerned about the lumps at this point because we are going to take care of that in just 1 second. I am going to go ahead and transfer this into my measuring cup though, because it's just going to be easier to pour. Here I have my little blender stuff, and these fit one of the magic bullets. If you don't have that, use whatever blender that you do have. I'm using the larger cup because it's going to fit this whole recipe in it. So first I'm going to put my 1 banana in there, and then I'm just going to add that liquid that we made right on top of it, and this is ready to blend, and it's going to come out really, really smooth once it goes through the blender. You'll be amazed. I know it looks a little bit chunky right now, but trust me, once we get this blended up, it is not going to be chunky like that. It's going to be gorgeous. So this is going right onto my little smoothie blender thing, and it takes, I don't know, maybe a minute to get it nice and smooth. I mean, there's nothing really hard in there, so it's pretty easy to blend. And then I'm transferring this back into a measuring cup, but I do have a tip for you in just a second because I ended up not making the best decision, and I'll show you why. So I have this all inside of my little cup here, and I'm ready to go ahead and start putting it into my little paw molds. So trying to do this with my measuring cup was proving to be a little bit messy, so when I did my second batch, I made a smart decision and I put it into one of these squirt bottles before I tried to fill it up, which worked out way, way better. So if you are doing this, use a squeeze bottle. It is much better. Once I finally got my little mold filled up, I went ahead and I filled up the little bones too. They are so cute. Aren't they just so cute? So I'm filling these up, and I did have some leftover. Each of these held about a half of a cup of liquid. So if you're going to do this and you want the little paws and the little bones, you probably want to order 2 sets of them, and that'll hold the whole 2 cups. That's what the little paw ended up looking like, and here's the little bone. I know they are too cute. I'm just going to go ahead and pop all of these little frozen treats out of here and put them into a gallon baggie so that I can store them more easily in my freezer. So just as a side note here, I was hoping that they would be white, and it's kind of weird because what was in my measuring cup I put into the fridge and it did come out white on the bottom and brown on top, which is what I was hoping for the little paws. And I even did a second batch and I put the little trays into the refrigerator first and then into the freezer, hoping I would get that white bottom and brown top, but it didn't work. I don't know why. Maybe one of you can solve the mystery for me of why it doesn't work in the molds, but it works in the measuring cup. But anyway, that is what they look like, and it is time to go and pick up my puppy, so stay tuned. Hey, what is up, everybody? We're super excited because we are going to pick up our puppy. We're gonna go get our little puppy. We're driving to get him right now. We are parked. We're outside of the Canine Defense place. You can see their back of his truck right there. It says Canine Defense on it. Super, super excited, and we are going to get our little baby German Shepherd. All right. Hi again, everyone. This is my sweet little puppy, Maximus. Can you see him? I'm gonna pick him up. This is Max. Say hello to everybody. Hello, YouTube. This is gonna be my puppy, and this is George from Canine Defense. I'm hanging out here with him, and George is where I'm getting my dog from. Obviously, he has a company where he trains protection dogs. He trains for the police, for the military. He has some crazy, amazing dogs to look at, and he has a YouTube channel as well. So make sure that you check it out. I'm going to leave a link down below. It's Canine Defense. All you have to do is click on the link. It's going to take you there. Make sure you subscribe when you go. And in the meantime, George is kind of showing me what to do with the puppy when I get home, because I have never, ever, ever trained a puppy. So I am going to learn everything from George. I have a special deal worked out with him. I'm going to come here every week. He's going to show me some things to do, and yeah, I'm going to give you puppy updates. It's going to be really cool. Make sure that you watch after my recipes. I'll put puppy updates so you know where to find them. And in the meantime, George is showing me the first thing that I need to do when I take my puppy home. So take it away, George. All right. All right, we're about to redo that demo because I had a bad camera angle. All my fault, all my fault. So George is showing us something awesome.
Yes,
Again.
So we want him to stop bothering your hand. When he does, we reinforce it just like that, really nice. And at the same time, like we talked about, we manipulate him into a down position, and then we reinforce that.
I can't believe how easily he does it for you.
He does really good, really good.
So what do you mean by bothering the hand?
So we've got a bunch of food in our hand here. The puppy's hungry. You could see him in the beginning. He wants to bite the hand. So when he stops like that, that's when we deliver the food. Over time, we'll start to raise the criteria a little bit. But right now, we're just teaching him not to bother the hands, and we're reinforcing at the same time, holding a down position. Because he's been down here for a puppy for a little bit of time now, and he's holding himself very well. So we're going to continue to reinforce that. And we're using a clicker. The clicker's a little bit complex to understand, but basically, it doesn't have a lot of meaning to the puppy yet. But in a week, it's going to have a ton of meaning. It's going to be just as valuable as the food itself. So this is really nice. 8-week-old puppy, turned 8 weeks today actually. And he's holding himself in this down position very well. So we like to see that kind of set good foundations right from the start, because puppies learn so much so quickly. If we're careful about how we raise them, we can raise really, really valuable working and personal protection dogs, and just valuable overall dogs with a very healthy relationship to their humans and to the environment.
So this is going to be really cool, you guys. Like I said, I'm going to be training with George. I've never trained a dog, and I'm really excited because obviously this dog is super cute. We picked him out a couple of days ago. Well, George picked him out for us. We did not pick this dog out. I told George, you know, I totally trust him after seeing his dogs and, you know, working with him over the past few weeks. I've been doing some filming for him, so I definitely really trust his methods, and I highly, highly recommend him. I think he's wonderful. His company is awesome, and I can tell you,
thank you.
You know, I see some of the stuff online. People, you know, have some opinions, but I don't feel that this company has those bad kind of stigmas that can go with the dog training. Anyway, we won't get into all that. You can go over to his videos and check them out for yourself. Canine Defense, link down below, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye-bye.
So what is it you're doing right now, George?
Right now, we're just doing a little prey development, so we're having them chase things and learn to bite down on them properly. It's really important for puppies that we teach them how to bite properly when they're young. So as they get older, they have a very good understanding of how to use their mouth, which is how dogs express themselves. A lot of times what a puppy or dog is feeling internally is expressed through how it bites. He does like that, doesn't he?
Yeah, Max looks like he's having fun.
Yes, he's loving this right now.
Is it true that when you lift it, the thing up in the air, he hangs on to it?
Yes, he does. This one's a little harder to hang on to, but he does. He hangs on real nice.
So this training George does only. This is not me at home. This is me bringing him to George to learn this kind of stuff.
Right. And he likes that, doesn't he? That's it.
This is me trying this. We're gonna see.
Good.
Okay, show you the food.
Now,
Back and down.
well, yeah, so pull him out of a sit.
Okay.
Good. And try to go straight down.
I'm messing up, huh?
Well, you're kind of going back into the dog and pushing him into a sit first.
Okay.
We want the elbows to come down first.
You want
So
that?
think about going almost straight to the
Dog has
ground.
elbows?
Stop.
Okay.
What do you
Yeah.
think, leash? Doesn't look like it. Looks like he just has a neck and a body.
There you go. Now straight down.
He just has no
Much better.
Oh, you did it! Look, we can learn. We can learn together.
Very
We
nice.
can learn stuff. Yes, we can. All right, should I try the sit?
Sure.
All right.
Please, you're so cute.
Good.
You are so good. You are so good. You're so smart. I love you so much. I love you. You're a good boy. So there you go. Me, completely untrained at anything. You see it works. These methods works. It's pretty awesome. So I'm taking little Max home now. Are you ready to go home? Okay, as promised, here we are at the end of the video, and I have taste testers, including me. So these are the cute little doggy treats that we made. I have a little bone. Everybody grab one. We're all little. The kids are, I think, more afraid than me, but everybody ready? Let's do it on three. 1, 2, 3. I didn't mean to drop that. They're actually pretty good. They kind of taste like, it almost tastes like a creamy chicken dish. Like, if you added a little bit of curry to these, you might have something delicious. So I know my dog is gonna love them. My kids took off running. Oh, the banana's a little, oh. No, the banana's a little weird at the end. I'm not gonna lie, I just got hit with some like chicken banana. But they're not altogether bad. I would not be eating these anymore, but I know the dog is going to love them. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for sticking around to the end, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hi, Max. Look what I have. Oh, let me show on camera. What do I have? I have a Frosty Paw. Your baby. Oh, that was so good. Does Max like it? Say, I do like it. It's gone. It's gone. You want another one? This is what I have. You see Max coming after it. Look. Max likes them. Max likes the treats. We have a very different reaction. There's a little bone. We have a very different opinion here from Max, don't we, baby? Say, I love them. I love them. I think they're delicious. I love the treats. I love the treats.
The lock is useless against me. BestBitesForever.com